thrill seeker convinces two friends to hike into a remote canyon.
I chose what I thought was the easiest canyon.
I think he was trying to convert us into becoming mountain men.
But when they get lost in the narrow crevices,
I can't do it!
they become trapped.
This is madness.
I got them into this. I need to get us out of it.
Now, the only way out is up.
I'm gonna climb out.
It felt like he made it.
It's just a wave of fear that rushes over me.
It's something that I'll never forget.
Ben's dead!
Scared.
Grade school teachers Ben Gowens, Jason Cox and Klay Craig are setting out on a spring break adventure.
Come on, big guy.
We met when we were in college together. We were in the School of Education. We were some of the only men in the program, so we kind of made an immediate bond. We had kind of done an annual trip we called the Man Trip.
Ben plans to take his friends on a day trip through the narrow canyons of Utah.
The first time I went canyoneering was so exciting. Klay and Jason, they were my buddies already. If I could get them hooked on this, I thought we would be set.
Ben had been researching some different hikes, and I think he was trying to convert us into becoming mountain men.
No. Can't we just go to Vegas?
But not everyone shares Ben's enthusiasm.
He wants to go to Vegas.
Jason has been feeling sick all morning.
Even though I wasn't sure, I was sure that I wanted it to be the three of us to go do something together. So I agreed on going canyoneering. The drive down was really fun. We just joked around and had great conversation. That's one of the things I really enjoy about our friendship, is that we talk together and get along so well.
On the way to Hanksville, we were pretty lighthearted. I mean, we were laughing and having a good time, and we all three felt good about the trip.
The three friends have said goodbye to their wives and children and are driving 50 kilometers into the wilderness. Ben has planned an easy 3-hour hike through Leprechaun Canyon, a spectacular and remote 5-kilometer gorge with canyoneering routes for all levels of ability.
I chose what I thought was the easiest canyon, given the description.
This one's yours? We got one of these each. Okay. Okay, we ready, guys? See where we're going. See what I mean?
But the beautiful scenery is the last thing on Jason's mind.
Where's Jay? Jay! Come on, Jay, move your butt. You want to go back to the car?
No, it's okay. I'm coming.
Okay. Come on, man up.
I wasn't feeling that great. I was just really sick, not feeling well at all. And they were saying, you can go back to the car if you'd like. It'll only be a few hours.
Jason kept saying, I'm okay, I'm all right. So we kept going. You know, I think in the back of my mind, I was hoping that Jason would say, I can't do this, let's turn around and go back.
And there were two things going on in my mind at that time. I'm not a quitter, so I didn't want to give up on it. And then the other thing was, what am I going to do for 2 to 4 hours? You know, I didn't really want to sit in a vehicle for that long.
The adventure kicks off with an adrenaline-charged challenge. They'll have to abseil down an 8-meter cliff face to the start of the canyon system.
Awesome!
I'm not sure about this, guys.
Come on! Jay, you can do it!
You're okay, you're okay. No, that's it.
Come on! Well done, big man! You did it! That was cool!
Ben has chosen a circular route through the canyons and back to their vehicle. There's no way they could climb back up the way they came.
It was probably a 25-foot drop. Once we went over that point, there really was no option of going back up the canyon.
But up ahead, the winding canyon lies open, and the adrenaline of the abseil is coursing through Ben.
I was extremely excited. I was in heaven. I was having the time of my life.
Ben and his friends find themselves in an awe-inspiring and surreal landscape.
Ben was having a great time, laughing, joking, and I still wasn't feeling that great.
I told you it was awesome. Hey, you feeling better? Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful red rock. It's smooth. And once you get down into the slots of the canyon is when it becomes even more beautiful.
I just remember how quiet it was. And it was kind of exhilarating to pass by all of these high walls of the Red Rock Canyon and walk through areas that you don't know how long it's been since a human's been through there. So it was kind of amazing.
I mean, the canyon's kind of like it's a maze. There are places that it just winds around. There are places that are so tight that you have to turn sideways to get through.
Yeah.
We took a picture of the three of us when we got to this point where we got down to the bottom of the canyon. We felt that we were at the bottom at least, finally.
The main thing I love about canyoneering is getting out to where there aren't as many people. I just love being somewhat isolated in a place that no one had been, and to me, just being deep in the slot canyons where the walls are narrow and twisting, and the light and just the scenery and all the things that you can only see and you can only do by going canyoneering. That's what really appealed to me.
It is just an incredible, I mean, I don't know if you can call a place both beautiful and dangerous at the same time, but it was just so, I was in awe.
But the beauty of the canyons can distract even the wary from the dangers that lie within. The canyon offers a variety of routes, from the very easy to the virtually impossible. And soon Ben faces a choice.
You okay?
Yeah, I think so, yeah. No, but look. The GPS is saying a little further on.
I was using the GPS, but I was also using a description that we had printed off the internet. It talked about a shallow down climb that led into the bottom of the sandy canyon. The GPS said we needed to go 90 feet farther, but what I was seeing right in front of me was exactly like the description.
Yeah.
So having never used the GPS before, I thought that I knew better. So I thought, this matches the description. I'm going to go down here.
Okay. Come on.
The friends have made a critical error. By ignoring the GPS, they've missed their trail. They're now entering the canyon's most technically difficult route.
Once we started down the canyon, the walls started to climb and get higher and closer and closer. And for me, it was exactly what I'd hoped for. It was exciting. I was in heaven. I was having the time of my life.
Come on, Jay! Jay! Come on!
Guys, wait for me!
They don't know it yet. But the three friends are at the entrance to one of the narrowest canyons in the world. Jason is worried. The route Ben suggested shouldn't be this extreme.
I continued to enjoy it as we got deeper down into the slot, and it got darker, and in some places we couldn't even see the sky. And it was amazing to me.
The canyon got narrower and narrower.
Hey, Ben.
Yeah?
I started to get nervous about whether or not we'd chosen the right spot.
Look, we get through here, and then we're back on the wider path, okay? Come on.
The canyon is so narrow, it's not long before they have to leave the safety of solid ground. Now they use a technique called stemming.
You put your knees up against one wall and your backside up against the next, and you kind of shimmy your way until you can get to another spot.
I was rather in my own world.
Okay, guys?
This is killing me, Ben!
This is what we came for!
You never said it'd be this narrow.
That's when I remember them starting to voice concern. It was after that it started to occur to me that this isn't quite exactly what the description explained. I could tell that Klay and Jason they weren't ready for it. It was too much.
The higher above the canyon floor they get, the more nervous Jason becomes.
I was worn out. I was getting banged up. My knees were hurting. My hands were sore. And the farther we went, the more and more exhausted I was getting.
The canyon now bears no resemblance to the description. Ben accepts, for the first time, that he's made a massive navigational mistake.
I would just have this wave of guilt come over me, like, oh, what have I done?
Instead of the planned beginner's route, Ben has led them into the toughest grade canyon, with no experience and little equipment.
Ben, this is madness.
I'd planned the trip. This was my doing. And I was feeling an urgency to get out now. The pleasure of the canyon was gone.
What now, Ben?
Ben doesn't want to scare his friends. He decides they should press on.
Once we got to the point where I knew we had to get out, down canyon, to me, was the only option. Because looking at the walls of the canyon, they were straight up.
Okay, let's just keep going a little longer, okay? Come on.
But 6 meters above the canyon floor, Jason is already struggling.
I was just trying to hold my place, and my legs were burning. I was exhausted.
I can't do it! I can't move! I think I'm slipping!
Jay! Jay, you okay?
Jason's backpack has left him wedged in a 60-centimeter gap,
I'm stuck!
with 1 million tons of rock pressing against him.
Guys, I'm stuck here, come on!
Okay, Jay, keep calm.
I've never been one to be claustrophobic, but when I got into that space in the canyon, I felt for the first time just like everything was closing in on me. I really thought I was going to black out.
Help me!
Clay. God, I'm sorry.
I just had this overwhelming feeling of responsibility. And they had completely trusted me. And I had let them down. It was through my mistakes, my navigational errors, we were in the situation we were in.
You gotta get me out of here, Ben! Do something, guys!
I got them into this, I need to get us out of it.
Jason is trapped far below his two friends. Through Ben's mistakes, they're on the toughest route in the canyon, with no idea what lies ahead. And with no climbing equipment, the overhang that provided a fun abseil on the way in now poses an impossible obstacle to a way out.
Jay! Hold on! I'm gonna think of something.
The deadly web of canyons has lured them in, and now holds them trapped, with no way back and no way out. Ben, the group leader, presses on in search of a way out up ahead.
It just went forever in this V shape. Clear out. I just thought, this is not the way. It was way past the abilities of all of us.
He returns with bad news.
We can't go that way. It's even narrower.
Come on, Ben, it's freaking me out!
Jay, hold on, hold on.
Breathe deep, come on, keep calm, Jay.
How are we gonna get out of here?
Jason was just kind of screaming, saying, I'm wedged down in this canyon. And I kept asking Ben, what are we going to do? We can't go the other way.
I think I got us stuck. I don't know how to get out.
I had 100% trust in Ben. And I remember the time that Ben said to me, I don't know what to do. And that scared me to death.
Ben has led his friends into a trap. A simple hike that should have taken just 3 hours has taken 8, and it will soon be getting dark.
I I decided we can't continue this way. Jason's stuck already. He's exhausted. Klay is not happy either. We've got to do something else.
I'm gonna climb out.
If I could just climb to the top of the canyon, just to the lip, I can drop a rope down to them. I will come back down and I'll help us get out, and then we'll walk out on top of the plateau.
Are you crazy?
No, I think I can do it.
I couldn't have lived with myself if we didn't all get out.
Jay! It's okay, buddy, I got it. I'm gonna climb out. We're gonna set up a rope. I'm gonna get you out, okay?
Ben felt a lot of pressure to get us out. A part of me thought, should I talk him out of it? But a part of me thought, no, I trust Ben.
I can do it.
When it came to this sort of thing, Ben was the man. I mean, he had done this before.
I was just going to go to the top. I was going to secure rope, and I was going to give us a way out. At the time, I didn't know what else I was going to do. It's my responsibility. I spearheaded this trip. I brought them to this place. That was the whole reason I decided to free climb a 70-foot cliff.
Ben is a novice, attempting an ascent that would challenge the most experienced climber.
Way to go, Ben!
But he's powered by a potent cocktail of guilt, adrenaline, and sheer determination.
God, he was doing good. I just kept thinking, come on. I felt like he was going to make it.
He was going up the side of the wall very quickly. I was quite surprised at how fast he was able to make it that high.
With no safety rope to break a fall, he risks his life with every move he makes.
You're doing great, Ben. Keep going.
I was just praying that he would make it to the top, and he got pretty far up. I mean, he was high. He was really high.
I love you, Klay!
I remember looking back down at Klay and telling him he was my best friend. Klay, you're my best friend.
You're almost there, buddy.
As I'm making progress, finding it a little more frightening to be higher and higher above the canyon floor.
That's it, pal.
He almost got to the top, and I was just really hoping that he'd make it.
I'm fine! I'm almost there, boys!
Ben has made it 22 meters up a vertical wall of rock. His next handhold will take him over the edge.
I grabbed the rocks. The edge was kind of rotten, the rock crumbly.
I know that I'm going to fall, and it's just a wave of fear that rushes over me. I know instantly that I'm not going to make it, that I've failed.
It felt like he made it. You couldn't have been any closer.
Then, disaster strikes.
He grabbed onto that last rock just to pull himself up and out. And when I saw that snap, everything around me, it was silent, it was slow motion.
I've never heard a man scream like that. He knew he was in trouble and he couldn't do anything about it. It's something that I'll never forget.
This is a narrow canyon. It's extremely narrow. And it's just like ping pong going back and forth, just all the way down the canyon and just jarring his head back and forth.
I heard him hit both sides of the canyon. Then a large thud when he hit the bottom of the canyon.
I just didn't think he was going to be alive. I went crazy. And it finally came to my senses. I came to my senses and I said to myself, I gotta go see Ben. It's a lot easier to stem your way down a canyon than to stem your way up a canyon. So I get out of the situation that I was in.
Jay!
I don't think I wanted to face reality of what I was going to see.
Faced with the sight of his stricken friend, Klay slips into shock.
He started screaming out that he was dead, and he just kept screaming it over and over again. And I couldn't accept that.
Jason has to escape the narrow crevice that's trapping him and help his friend.
And I think just the adrenaline rush and the fear of my friend being dead gave me enough strength to start to climb again. I switched into something else, a survival mode. It was like I had to get out of there no matter what. I fought and fought. I remember I was screaming, clawing, just doing everything I could, and I was just inching forward an inch at a time, but I was moving, and so I didn't care, and I just kept fighting.
I was so grateful that Jason got out. I can't even tell you. When I saw Jason, it was just the most welcoming sight because he had it together. And I think he saw me going crazy and just knew that he better pull himself together.
I immediately started assessing the situation, trying to see what was going on.
Gotta get help.
I was going to have to be very calm and try to help Klay and Ben. I felt a great weight fall on my shoulders. His head had hit a sandy area about 2 feet away from that boulder. He was bleeding from his mouth, his nose, his eyes, and his ears.
All the signs indicate that Ben has suffered a major cranial injury. Jason might be too late to save his friend.
He's my best friend. I really thought he was dead. I did.
Clay's not dead.
He was breathing.
It's a miracle he's alive after the 22-meter fall.
So I started to check him over for broken bones and injuries. I felt his ribs, and they felt broken. I immediately knew that he had a very severe head injury. His scalp on the back of his head was peeled up, and he was bleeding from different areas.
Oh, God.
The impact has violently shaken Ben's brain within his skull. The blood vessels in his head have burst. As blood accumulates, it puts pressure on the brain that could prove fatal. The friends were only meant to be out for a leisurely hike.
What's this? Bug spray? Band-aids? Damn, there's nothing here!
They're prepared for minor cuts, but not a traumatic injury.
Just looking at Ben, I couldn't believe that I was in this situation. And Ben can't be lying there spitting up green bile and bleeding, and this isn't real. It was not really happening.
We gotta get out.
Klay switched again into a panic.
I gotta get out. Gotta get help.
I went crazy. I think I went into shock. I kept thinking, I'm gonna save the day, and so I tried to climb my way out, too.
That was one of the most desperate moments I've ever faced. I kept telling him we needed to just stay together and pool our resources and be able to talk it over together.
Sorry, Jay. I can't do this.
Ben was actually lying in water, just a little bit of water where he had landed. Because it was so cold and I knew we were going to end up spending the night, I talked Clay into helping me move him to a place that was dry, where his head was elevated, and we could watch him really closely as it got darker.
It's possible that moving him could worsen Ben's head injury.
Nice and easy, okay?
But by not moving him, the dropping temperatures will almost certainly bring on hypothermia.
The entire time we were moving him, he was just moaning and groaning and in a lot of pain. We knew he was hurt badly.
And their ordeal is about to get worse. The sun is sinking, and the darkness brings a sudden drop in temperature. Jason and Clay must sacrifice their jackets to keep their friend alive.
We just started to take the clothing that we had to try to keep him as warm as possible.
Can we raise his head?
Unless Ben gets to a hospital soon, he will die.
Way to go, buddy, way to go. Okay, buddy.
Jason and Clay take stock. They have to find a way to save their friend.
We were in a place where the climb was well beyond our means. We didn't have the experience, we didn't have the gear. It was frustrating and scary.
No signal.
You tell your wife where we were going?
The first thing that I did that was wrong, and I knew was wrong, was not discuss with my wife the exact location. I hadn't left maps or any plans or anything like that.
Nobody knows where they are. Their only hope is that their wives will send for help when they don't come home. But even then, finding the three friends deep in a narrow canyon in the vast Utah wilderness will be virtually impossible.
There are hundreds upon hundreds of slot canyons down there, and the three of us are stuck in one of those.
Jay.
What?
I'm scared.
I was scared for Jason. I was scared for me, obviously, that I couldn't get out. My number one fear was Ben.
Ben is slipping in and out of a semi-conscious state. Their day trip adventure has become a desperate struggle for survival.
He's in a bad way, Jay.
How are we gonna get him out of here?
He's not dead. You hear me? He's not dead. Anybody?
The night was probably the thing that I dreaded the very most because I knew the temperature would drop.
Darkness has fallen. The temperature plummets below freezing, and Jason and Clay huddle together for warmth. They've already given their jackets to Ben to keep him alive.
This is the first time in my life that I'd ever been so cold that I couldn't stop my teeth from chattering. I kept thinking, I just can't wait till this ends. It's gotta end, because it was so miserable.
It is so dark down there. It was cold. It was a bone-chilling cold.
And as the temperature drops even further, the weather worsens.
Jason. Jay.
What?
Look at the sky.
So that was one of my fears throughout the entire hike. And as the night wore on, it got cloudy and it looked like there was a possibility of rain.
It's not good. What are we gonna do?
Let's cover up Ben. Keep them dry.
Klay started looking for a place up off the canyon floor where we could be able to get to if it did start to rain. There was a little ledge about 10 feet off the canyon floor, and we were hoping that between the two of us we could get Ben up there. We didn't want to move him unless we absolutely had to.
Klay, it's getting worse. The best we can do, right next to Ben, keep him warm. Just hope to God it doesn't rain.
He didn't talk to us at all. His guts were hurting him. He was still bleeding. We prayed all night that no rain. We can't do that. We cannot do the rain. If you get a rainstorm, it doesn't take much rain for a flood to come, barreling through those slot canyons.
If there's a sudden downpour, the dry, sandy canyon would soon become a raging torrent. The prospect of a slow, lingering death would be transformed in an instant into a swift and violent drowning. The sun rises. The hours of freezing darkness have taken their toll on both body and mind. And the new day brings no relief. As Jason stirs from his half-sleep, he makes a shocking discovery.
With the pressure of his head, the water bladder actually popped open in the night and started leaking.
All the water's gone, man.
When we first assessed what we had, I thought we could last for at least 3 to 4 days. But then after we lost all that water in the night, I didn't really know how long we could last. It was almost completely gone. There was just a couple of swallows left in the bag.
They give the last precious drops to Ben. It might keep him alive a little longer, but they need to find a replacement supply, and fast. Without water for even a day, the blood thickens, putting strain on the heart. On day 2, the body's systems begin to fail. Surviving a 3rd day is unlikely. They urgently need help, but trapped 22 meters below the surface, any rescue will have to come from above.
We formulated a little plan together, one of us tending to Ben, making sure he was doing okay, while the other one would go and hit the canyon wall 5 times, wait for a few seconds, hit again 5 times.
Help us! Is anybody there?
We did that all day, back and forth.
Can you hear us? Can you hear us?
Sound travels a long ways, and if we were pounding on the wall with the hammer, that was a good way for people to hear us.
But they're in the middle of nowhere, swallowed up by thousands of kilometers of uninhabited wilderness. As the hours pass, Klay and Jason begin to entertain their worst fear. Unless help comes soon, their friend might never recover.
He may be alive, but I didn't know what state of mind he would be coming out. I didn't know if he would be the same Ben that would be able to teach school and, go on hikes again. I thought my buddy was gone.
I thought if he did pass away, it'd probably put us over the edge. We would probably lose it. It looked pretty bleak if no one found us.
A whole day spent hammering on the wall of the canyon has brought no help at all. And as darkness falls, the temperature plunges once again.
I looked over at Jason and I just told him, I don't know if I can do another night. I had a wife at home. She was 2 months pregnant. I had 3 little boys at home. I just started teaching school. I felt like life was so good, you know, and I thought I'm giving it all up.
I thought about having my kids being raised without a dad. Those were the moments that were tough for me.
Did a lot of praying. It was me just really trying to send some type of a signal to my wife that we were in trouble. I knew she would know that there was something wrong.
He started crying, and I could hear that he was really emotional, and I kind of broke down myself.
Their lives are nearing their end. It's just a question of what will kill them first: dehydration or hypothermia. And Ben will be the first to die.
I couldn't even imagine staying down there any longer, going through another night. It was the coldest I've ever been in my life down there.
We all 3 felt responsible for each other, and it would have been really hard to live with the fact that one of us didn't make it out.
Rescue is unlikely. They haven't left any details of their planned route with their wives. The only way out is the same free-fall climb that has left Ben clinging to life.
If Clay or I had tried to climb out, I think either we wouldn't have been able to get very far just due to our lack of energy, or we would have fallen and that we would fall to our death.
There's no way out. The canyon has become their tomb.
And at first, I didn't believe it.
We heard helicopters initially flying overhead, and we couldn't see them because the gap above us was so narrow, but we could hear them.
Hey, get out the camera! When it goes past, fire flash!
We had a camera, and we thought that they might actually see the flash. The helicopters approached our area.
It's a miracle. Someone is looking for them.
Jason and I were both just screaming and trying to get someone's attention.
It's the cruelest twist yet. A search and rescue helicopter has passed within meters of the top of their canyon. But 22 meters below the surface, they're virtually invisible.
I'm back.
We were so desperate because we thought they can't see us down here. When those helicopters went away, I just dropped to my knees.
It was so quiet. I just remember how quiet it was. It's something that I'll never forget.
We were desperate. All throughout the night, Jason and I were thinking they're gone. They're not coming back. And just wondering if Ben really would make it another night.
I remember sitting next to Ben on the canyon floor, and going to tears quite a few times.
I thought my buddy was gone.
Jay. Do you hear that?
It was all just so unreal when we heard voices.
There's someone up there.
A ground search and rescue team had heard their cries as the helicopter flew past. Moments later, the chopper returned to winch them to safety. "30 hours after falling 22 meters to the canyon floor, Ben was airlifted to safety. The wives of the three friends had raised the alarm when they didn't hear from their husbands. By checking the internet research Ben had done on the canyons, his wife managed to locate the area they were in. While his friends quickly recovered, Ben was in rehabilitation for months. He had severe head injuries, broken ribs, and a burst eardrum. But eventually, he made a complete recovery.
I remember starting to climb up to save us. I was going to climb to the top. I remember brushing the dirt out of the cracks. The next thing I remember was waking up in a hospital bed at the University of Utah Hospital.
Despite their traumatic ordeal, the three remain best friends.
I shouldn't be alive. I should have died in the canyon. Jason and Clay did save my life. They were there when I needed them, despite my stupid mistakes.
I still love the outdoors, and we still go on man trips. We go hiking. We don't go to slot canyons anymore.
We still get together every month and go to dinner, and I still feel like they're my best friends. They're my brothers. Doesn't matter what happens in life, we're still really close, and I think we always will be.